Hi y'all, Susie Toronto here from New Smyrna Beach, Florida. So I just took a lunch break and went over and just went for a walk on the beach because I just needed to get out of the studio. We have been going absolutely crazy here. The calendars came in this week, as y'all know, and we've been shipping them out like crazy. I've lost count of how many things we've packaged up. But I just had to get out of here because the place is like a disaster zone. I'm so glad that nobody's come over today to say hi or see me because we have just been there again, rocking and rolling with all the stuff going on. Anyway, as I was walking on the beach today and was just walked back over here to the studio, and I thought, the place is reminds me when I was a kid. My grandmother used to love puzzles, and she would spread a big puzzle out all on the table, and then we had to start putting the whole puzzle pieces together. And I can remember thinking and looking at the big mess of puzzle pieces, thinking, how am I ever going to fit all of these different pieces into this puzzle and make it look like something? And then all of a sudden I would get on a roll. And you know how your eye slowly starts to see clarity, and all of a sudden you catch a vision of what the puzzle is supposed to look like finished. And so you quickly start grabbing pieces and they all start going in together and all start fitting in, and all of a sudden this beautiful landscape is starting to form. And I can remember my grandmother getting so excited as we would start putting the puzzle pieces together. Well, I've had a day like that where I've been putting the puzzle pieces together, but all of a sudden I'm almost done and I feel like several puzzle pieces are missing. And there's just these big gaps all over my life right now that I feel like I'm trying to frantically fill in, and I'm missing the pieces. And as I thought about it, I thought about how these pieces that are missing in my life right now, and I'm feeling like it's my grandchildren and my wanting to connect with people. I'm such a people person, and I'm having to keep the distance because of the whole COVID mess and everything. So with those pieces of my life missing, I realized that rather than worrying about the missing pieces, what I really needed to do was find new ways to fill those gaps in my life. And so I have. And the best way for me to do that is with creativity. And so I've been creating all kinds of new fun things at the studio here, and I'm going to be releasing some of those to y'all next week to see. But just know that fun things are coming out of these missing puzzle pieces. And so here's the really crazy thing. I went to go put on my calendar that I wanted to make sure I told you about all the new stuff next week. And as I flipped the page to July, and I know this is in reverse, it says, life is like a puzzle with some of the pieces missing. And I thought, how appropriate for July, for me anyway, that I'm embracing the missing puzzle pieces. Anyway, what I wanted to show you today real quickly, I've had several people ask me online if I would show them what the inside of the planner looks like. Now, if you go to my website at susietoronto.com, you can click on the calendars and planners, and you can go in there, and if you click on the thing about planners, it will show you like 10 or 15 pages that you can see the inside. But basically, the calendar starts out each month with a whole month in advance. Can you all see that? A whole month in advance. And then following that month, it goes on to spaces where it's just a week at a time, and you can have a whole glance at a week. And then every once in a while, you're going to find a fun story, one of my pieces with my girls, and then back on to another month. Ready? So that's kind of the layout. Now, the reason it looks the way it is, the reason it's the size it is because this is what I wanted. I could never find exactly the layout that I wanted. And so I started measuring every purse in my closet. I even started measuring people's purses at art shows. If those of you several years ago remember, people were coming in my art show, and I said, if you had a planner that fit in your purse, what size would you want it to be? And even though everyone wanted one that was really quite small, I would say, well, how are you going to write in that? And if you did write in it, how are you going to read your handwriting? So we made sure that the spaces were a good size to write in, as well as the monthly and daily places are good sizes to write in. And so this year's planner is called Don't Let Anyone Dull Your Sparkle, which I think that a lot of us have been having our sparkle dulled for the year 2020. And so 2021's planner is Don't Let Anyone Dull Your Sparkle. These are on my website. They're $15.95, so go there and you can check those out. And then the big calendar's in. Yay! Isn't it fun? I love it. Now, this is my big one. I showed you last week my small one, which is the Stumble one. This is my big one. This is the one that's got all the news stories in it for the year, and you're going to love these stories. I'm so excited for you to have them. I'm telling you, we did this, created this over a year ago. And so now that it's coming out at this time, we didn't know about all this COVID mess going on, right? This is all new stuff. And as I thought about the calendar coming out and they arrived in the studio and I looked at it again through fresh eyes, I am so happy that I was prompted by God to do this, because I think it's just exactly what we all need right now. The title is Embrace Happiness. We need to embrace it. We need to stop seeing the ugliness that's out there. We need to let go of all of that and reach out and grab hold of the happiness and the joy that we still have in our life. Find the things that make you happy and joyful and latch onto those and appreciate those. Anyway, my big calendar is out and we are shipping it. We're going through them fast. Our supplies are limited this year because of the whole COVID mess. The printing was slowed up, and then the shipping and everything else. And these are $17.95. There's 12 months of wonderful, new, fun art and sayings and everything else. You're going to love the calendar this year, I promise. From the bottom of my heart, thanks for tuning in, and please check out your Blue Mountain calendars on SuzieToronto.com. Aloha and mahalo.